Hi, Tracy Baker for Baker Gets Cooking. Today we are making the best summer dessert ever. It's a lemon berry cream cake. It's perfect for summer because it doesn't require any baking or even it doesn't require you to turn on the stove at all. There are a few steps. It's a layered dessert that needs to sit overnight in the fridge. You need to let it sit. It can't be made last minute, so you need to plan a little bit ahead. The first step that we're going to start with is to make the lemon curd. And this lemon curd, I love it because you cook it in the microwave. You don't have to stand over a double boiler and stir and stir and stir. So it is super quick. So we start with a cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice into a microwave-safe bowl and a cup of sugar. So equal parts lemon juice to sugar. Now, lemon curd recipes can vary because the ratio of juice to sugar can change. This one is not very sweet. It's not super sweet. It's less sweet than some. There are some recipes for lemon curd out there that call for twice as much sugar as lemon juice, and they are very sweet, and I don't really care for them. I like it a little bit less sweet. We're going to be adding other sugar to this dessert too, so starting out a little less sweet is okay. So we're just going to combine to dissolve the sugar. Oh, and I see I have some pits in there. Let me fish out the pits. And then I'm going to mix 4 lightly beaten eggs, whole eggs. Okay, so that just goes right in. Whoop. And we're going to mix that up. And I'm going to put about 4 teaspoons of lemon zest. So if you're using the zest of lemons, make sure you buy organic lemons. That's where all the pesticides will sit, is on the skin. So if you're going to eat the skin, make sure it's organic. And that gets mixed up. And then the last ingredient is a half a cup of melted butter. And this has been melted, but it's not super hot. You don't want it super hot or it's going to start to cook your eggs. So it needs to be cooled off a little bit. Okay, so that's going to go into my microwave on high for a minute to total about 5 minutes. So every minute I'm going to stop the microwave and I'm going to give it a good stir. And I'm going to stick it in and I'm going to cook it until it's thick. Okay, my lemon curd is out of the microwave and I microwaved it for a total of about 6 minutes. So every minute, stop the microwave, stir it really well, put it back in for another minute. And it has the consistency of like pudding. So it coats the spoon. You can see that, and you can see how it is still a little bit liquidy, but it's thickened just from those egg yolks. That's all it is. So this has to go into the refrigerator and it has to get completely chilled. It can't in no way be warm for the rest of the layers. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the fridge and then we'll move on to getting prepared for the next layer. Okay, next step is whipping some cream. So I have an entire liter of whipping cream, so 35% milk fat whipping cream into the bowl. And we're going to put a little bit of sweetener in there. It's a 1/3 cup of, this is brown sugar. You could use white sugar if you wanted. I just kind of like the caramely flavor that the brown sugar imparts in the cream. And then a little bit of vanilla. This is Costco, Kirkland brand vanilla. I like this vanilla. I think it's very good quality. It's very economical. Vanilla is very expensive, and I like Kirkland brand, so that's the one I always use. And, oh, the secret ingredient is the secret ingredient for the whipping cream is a little bit of vanilla instant pudding powder. Now, I think probably we've all experienced it when we've made something with whipping cream and it's sat in the fridge and then the cream separates, it starts to get watery. The vanilla pudding powder prevents that from happening. And you just need a little bit. So I'm going to put two big teaspoons of vanilla powder into that whipping cream, and that's all it needs. So let's just whip that up till it's thickened. I'm going to just run it on low for a little bit and dissolve that brown sugar. Once the brown sugar has dissolved sufficiently, I'm just going to increase the speed and whip it to stiff peaks. Okay, that looks like it's nice and thick. Don't beat it too much or you will get butter. I don't know if everybody knows that's how you make butter. You just whip cream. So I'm just going to scrape these beaters off a little bit. I'm not going to worry about making them perfectly clean because they don't need to be. It's just the next step has cream in it as well, so they don't have to be clean. Okay, now I'm just going to set that aside while we work on the next step. The next step is preparing the mixture for the cream cheese layer. So I have an 8-ounce block of cream cheese in my bowl. And it's room temperature, so it's going to combine. You have to bring it to room temperature or heat it up in the microwave a little bit so that it can combine with the sugar. This is a cup of icing sugar, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there. And I'm just going to combine that. Start on low so you don't have a big puff of sugar. All right, so that's nice and smooth, my cream cheese layer. Now this time I do want to get the beaters clean. Okay, then I'm going to fold in about half of this whipped cream. So I'm going to kind of just divide the bowl in half, and we'll just scoop half of that cream into the cream cheese layer. It's not exact measurements, you know, it doesn't have to be. Rough estimate will be fine. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold that into the cream cheese layer until it's well combined. Okay, that looks perfect. And here's the next layer. So the lemon curd has cooled completely, and I'm going to combine the lemon curd with the rest of the whipped cream. So that just goes in there, and I'm going to like fold it in, right, so that it don't deflate the cream completely. Okay, so there is my lemon layer. So I have a lemon layer and I have a cream cheese layer. After I get my graham crackers on the bottom, I'm going to put half of this luscious, lemony, fluffy cream right on top. So I'm just going to dab it around. I'm going to guess to be about half, roughly half. I think that's about half. And with my offset spatula, I'm just going to spread that around right to the edges. Okay, and then I'm going to put another layer of graham crackers on top of that, cutting to fit as tightly as I can. Okay, then we're going to put the cream cheese layer on. So So that goes on the top of the second layer of graham crackers. Okay, and that gets spread over the graham crackers, same way, right to the edges. Okay, now another layer of graham crackers. Okay, next layer is the layer of lemon. Last layer of lemon. You end up having a very full pan. It feeds a lot of people because it's quite a tall dessert. Okay, last layer are the berries. So I have 2 large containers of washed and dried raspberries, and I'm just going to put them all over the top. Just in little rows. You can use blueberries or blackberries. I wouldn't use strawberries. I think strawberries are a little too big and maybe a little bit too watery. So you want the berries to be very dry. There's my entire cake surface covered with beautiful raspberries, and I have a few left over for the cereal bowl tomorrow. Now that gets covered with cling film, saran wrap, or whatever you call it, and into the fridge overnight. Or you could make it even 2 days ahead. It will keep fine. So that's going to go in the fridge. Now I happen to have a finished cake here. Miraculously. This is one I did yesterday, so it has half blueberries, half raspberries. And you can see the cut cake. So there's 3 layers of graham crackers, 2 layers of lemon cream, and 1 layer of cream cheese and cream. So it's pretty substantial. Like, it's nice and high. It feeds a ton of people. And I'm salivating. I'm going to have a taste here. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Even though it has a ton of cream and cream cheese in it, it's quite light. It's perfect summer dessert. And it's a make-ahead. So I love that. And it feeds a ton of people. And this is a very, very generous serving. I think that would be too big if you were eating it after supper. I hope you try this. I hope your family loves it as much as mine does. You can get the full recipe on my blog. I'll put the link underneath in the description. Please comment and like and subscribe. And we'll see you again next time. Bye.